I think Steven's dying on us.
Is it,
You're right,
is
Steven?
it the chili cheese
The ice
fritters?
hurts.
Your eyes hurt?
The ice.
Oh, the ice hurts.
Ice in the hand.
I'm
I
assuming
get
it's because of the metal plate in there, but it fucking hurts.
I got you.
And metal does get cold pretty quickly.
Oh, how fun is it
Boom.
going to be if you go through an airport scanner thingy, you know? The little detector. It's gonna be
How
so
cool would
fun.
it be if, like, the doctors turned you into, like, $1 Million Man, but just in the arm?
If you, I don't know.
Are
I'll
you
let
okay?
you guys. I'll let you guys know soon
About what?
about the airport.
Okay. John, what's your episode?
Welcome, unlucky listeners, to the Unlucky Bastards. Another episode of Bullshit. Today's episode, we shall be talking about brokenness. I'm kidding. Anyways, no, today I figured maybe we could conversate with, just kind of basic random daily life bullshit in regards to, let's go with vehicles. How do you guys feel about vehicles these days?
Nowadays, vehicles or
Just vehicles in general.
Are we all just supposed to answer at once? Or
Like because they got new laws for like the electric vehicles and the hybrids and shit like that. Like they got new regulations going out. So how do you guys feel about that?
I feel
Starting
like
with Chris.
I don't like vehicles. I don't think we need vehicles. They destroy the environment. Honestly, all the more.
Chris, you sound
I
like
think-
Boomhauer.
That's fine. I could be Boomhauer, whatever. Again, I don't like vehicles. I want to make a hoverboard of my own, but that's about it. I don't think we need
buy one,
vehicles.
Chris. Just buy
They
one.
make people because I want an actual hoverboard, not one of those crap ass wheel boards. That's not a fucking hoverboard.
You know, I used to know a guy named Martin McFly. I could hook you up and let you talk to him.
It's not a hoverboard.
I'm pretty sure it hovered.
No,
Oh,
I'm almost
And
positive
Marty
his board
McFly.
hovered.
Hover.
it's not
Good.
real. That's a damn movie.
Oh, man. I watched all his stories.
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean, Boomhauer is part of a cartoon too, but
But I'm making a hoverboard. I gotta figure it out still. But besides that, I'm making a spaceship. That's it. I don't like other vehicles. Fuck
I can
vehicles.
tell you right now how to make a hoverboard.
No.
Use magnets.
Yeah, that's the anti-gravity propulsion system that Tesla came up with. Nikola Tesla. And I've already went over all this. Shut up.
Why you telling me shut up?
Cuz, man. Ugh.
The problem is having a strip of magnets within the earth that's always going to be opposite of your hoverboard. And I mean always.
No, because if you use the universal fucking power from the Tesla coil on the hoverboard for the fucking system to actually keep running, it's universal power and it will always be there. So suck balls.
How the
Yeah,
fuck are you
power,
gonna
not
put that on the
magnetism. You need
hoverboard?
reverse magnetism to create the propulsion because
You
it's
make them
between
spin.
them.
You make this you stack magnets on top of each other, facing each other, and you make them spin around each other. That's
Yes.
his
But
all you
they
have to do
still,
is have a battery that would run it, which is part of the Tesla coil. You have to have something hooked up like a battery or a generator to save the power because you can't fucking turn it off. It stays running.
okay,
And it
so
has
hold
to have
on.
something.
We both know ideally how to build this, right? So why don't you just build it then?
I don't have the fucking money for the material, pretty much.
I bet
so
if
so
you
I'm
guys
confused. I
skateboard,
thought this
That's
was
to
about
scour the
vehicles,
Middle
not
East for
redneck
uranium.
crackpot theories.
I already drew it out and everything. Like, I have a whole plan set and everything for this fucking board. I don't have the money for the materials.
as far as I know, you just need a power source.
I have a power source. I have a
Get
few power
like
sources.
2
Now
skateboards
the
that are
other
bare.
thing is,
and the magnets.
every time I make a Tesla coil, it's blown up.
You don't even need the Tesla coil.
Yes, you do.
All right, so
How
we're
you
gonna
gonna have
move
it
on to
running?
Steven.
How you gonna have it running
This
the whole time?
redneck
That's the
hillbilly
point.
dangerous thing going on is confusing me now. Steven, what do you think?
Unless you're talking about just
I
making
don't
them run
understand.
Move on.
by
Stop drinking.
spinning them and everything. Actually, that might work. Quiet down.
All right, Steven.
Brad, why don't you help
I
me,
don't
bitch?
quite understand the question, John.
Sorry.
Your opinion about the
Cars.
new vehicles and the regulations behind them.
New vehicles or just vehicles in general?
The new vehicles and the regulations that's being put forward.
Depends on how you look at it, because realistically, they're not going to push everything to be. They're going to try to push everything to be electric, but it's not. I don't see it ever happening fully. With that, our grid system just doesn't. Whatever, it doesn't withhold it. The prices that are charged to register those vehicles are just outrageously crazy. So I would much rather just have a fucking regular old gas diesel vehicle, as I do many of them in my driveway, and not have to pay extra shit ton of taxes because of where I live. So
Okay, so you know about the year-end tax on electric vehicles, right?
it's not year-end tax, it's every year you pay your fucking registration, and because you don't have to register your car because it's an electric vehicle, they hit you with this huge outrageous fucking registration, or whatever you want to call it, fucking tax that's like $500 to $1,000 or $2,000 depending on the model of a car that you have. It's ridiculous. It just makes
But
no
it's part of the charging fees for when you
No, it's
charge
not.
up with the
Because you
batteries.
pay.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not, because you pay for the charge per charge.
No, they're trying tax on that.
There's no
As
way
well.
to tax on it, because there's no way to tax on it because those fucking chargers are ran off of diesel generators. You can't tax gas that's already being used. You can,
Well,
it's
they're trying to.
I no, that's what I'm saying. This is why these systems don't work out when people like me who actually fucking know cars and know how this world runs. What happens? How are they going to replace gas? How are they going to replace diesel? 90% of factories run on diesel worldwide.
No, I'm not saying they don't, because that's
The
true. They absolutely do.
hydro plants and everything that are coming up are actually
Not enough
replacing a
hydro
lot
plants
of those
because
factories.
there can't be enough hydro plants because of the fact that we have decreasing waters.
No, we only have decreasing waters in certain areas of the world, and that's mainly China, and that's
No,
because they use way too much.
That's all over the world, Chris.
No, it's not. It's not
Yeah,
like that.
we would have to create more preparatory fields and everything with big windmills and all that
Long
to sustain. But even
story
so,
short,
there's not enough land for that either.
long
So
story
Steve's
short,
kind of right. There's kind of no way of being able
No,
for the vehicle pull
the
it
whole
off though.
thing that Tesla is coming out with you plug in a little box in your fucking house and you get reduced electricity. That's the Tesla coil. That's the whole thing he's trying to make right now. So people can have fucking, but they're not going to make it free. They're going to tax on the Tesla coils. That's what that is.
I mean, everybody has to do it. Long story short, I don't know how I feel about the new cars because I haven't driven any of the new cars. I know I don't like the start stop, anything like that. I don't like those things, but I would much rather take a big old beefy diesel that wastes a bunch of gas any day.
Oh, speaking of, what's with that? Like, I don't understand those copper engines either. Like, you just sit there long enough and the engine cuts off. Like, what's the point of that? Isn't that just going to waste more battery life? It's not like, I don't know. It's so weird.
Actual hybrid, it just shuts down cylinders. It doesn't fully shut off. When it fully shuts off and turns back on, that's not a hybrid. That makes absolutely no fucking sense. And a lot of cars,
It's an electric car, and so that saves the electricity while it turns off.
it doesn't, because the electricity stays on and it runs
Yeah, wouldn't it
everything
still be
while
running?
the fucking car itself shuts
No.
off. The gas stops running.
Yeah,
The
see, that's
starter starts back
yeah, that's
up
so
and
weird.
everything on those. Yeah, it makes no sense. But if you have a hybrid just shuts down some cylinders and it keeps it running, but it's barely running. So when you go again, it goes. It's just ridiculous fucking cars nowadays. Like I said, I'm debating on selling my truck to buy a semi, even though it's more gas or diesel.
Why is semi?
I'm getting semi gas mileage as is.
Hey, Brett, what's your opinion?
It's what happens when you drive a fucking big ass truck. America.
America.
My opinion on cars.
The new vehicle
Brad has two
not going
sports
on.
cars parked in his driveway.
This
Just in there.
is flying.
No, so the whole electric move and all that, I don't think it'll last. It'll die out.
I don't think it'll die out. I just feel like
It'll die out.
it's gonna
They've already
fade
talked about how much it'd take to give everybody an electric car just in the US, right? You know how much we have to strip and mine to make that possible. We will not find enough material to make that possible. It's
Well,
impossible.
if you talk to Elon Musk, he says just give 100 square miles of the Nevada desert where they nuclear test shit, but 100 square miles of
Yeah,
the
to
desert.
power the entire US, like every house in the family and all that.
No,
not
to
for
power
cars.
all the grid for the electric cars to sustain
No,
electric
for
cars.
electric.
Wait,
But you still will not
going
find
to be
enough
enough
components
though.
to build enough electric cars.
No, that's the problem is because nowadays all car manufacturers are on fucking hold if you're building a newer car because not none of them can find the computer chips and shit.
But
Finding
so,
all the stuff to build those cars are just ridiculous.
it's not going to be possible. It's not.
It makes no
It's
sense.
going to phase out.
Yeah.
Oil will always be king. It
Boom.
will.
Boom.
With that said, I do like the idea of HHO generators. I've been looking into it myself, seeing if I could even build one because apparently I myself, a common man, can build one. It's applying it to a vehicle to enhance my vehicle and actually operate the way I need it to. So obviously I want to start with a vehicle. I start with something smaller, like a little generator or gas lawnmower, just test it out and all that, see how it goes. If I could apply it to my car, if I could apply it to my car, because it is a form of gas, just instead of liquid, it's help me out. Well, gas. It's gas. It's right.
I mean, there's a dude that made a car that runs on vegetable oil, so
Yeah, there's been so many patent things out there that were just ripped away because it didn't benefit big companies. HHO generators is one of them. They've been around for years. There is a local group in our state that teaches you how to build your own and install and all that. Now, I'm not going to reach out to them doing anything like that, but
Uncle Stephen,
I think that's an interesting thing.
are you okay? Why broke your arm?
Remember, he had to get surgery.
Can I hear him say your headphones?
He's not really talking. He's a little loopy right now. No, stop. Go hang out with mommy. She's in the bedroom.
What do you feel about that law that's obviously not going to pass? But if it was to pass, how would you feel about that?
What law?
The one that I was talking about, when they're trying to tax electrical car owners.
It's not going to happen because Steven's right. You can't tax something that's already taxed.
Yeah, you can't.
I know, but I'm saying, what if it does pass?
That's true because they've taxed.
How would it?
Well, I'm not saying it would. I'm saying what if it does?
That happened,
that would mean that the whole electric for everywhere would have to go up in order for them to tax on that.
Well, even if that happened, if it did happen, that shows one of two things. Either American people are dumb enough to believe what they're told. You have to be taxed on top of the tax, or else it's not going to work.
It already happened.
No, it hasn't happened. They're talking about it.
You might pay a convenience fee, but
past that,
right? There's other tax things that they tax us that they're not even supposed to be taxing us on.
They get you.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but they haven't double taxed
car. They get you when you register your car. That's where they get you. That's the tax that people don't understand is coming. Because for the price of registering one Tesla, I could register every fucking car in my driveway.
I want to drive a Tesla anyways.
I wouldn't mind. I would like to rent one just to see what
Let
they're
me drive
like.
one. I want to know what happens when the batteries and shit blow up.
You get a new one.
They start dying
They're
out.
just gonna keep doing that.
Yeah, they
And
just
what's they
start
gonna
dying
do
out.
with then what are they gonna do with cars and shit?
What are you
What do you
talking
mean?
about? You just
know,
replace the battery.
Battery. It's like replacing a motor.
What are you gonna do with the batteries?
That's the
They
big
get
problem
recycled.
with electric cars. No, they don't
They
get
get
recycled.
recycled
They
where?
get stored.
They're recycling what they
sent to a dump.
can.
No,
It
Brad,
doesn't all get recycled.
Brad, I don't
Yes, it
think you
does.
They
under.
don't
I don't think
recycle
you
any of them, but you
understand.
can't
They pull.
recycle a battery like that.
They
Not
pull
like
those
that battery.
batteries out of cars and they set them on a shelf, and that's that.
No. They've been
Yes.
smelting them down, pulling out certain materials
Bradley,
from them
you
that they
can't-
can.
You can't remelt those down. That's
They
gonna.
literally, I've seen these videos. They rip them apart. This portion is this. They empty out what they need to. We're gonna smelt this. We're gonna grab this or whatever copper, iron, whatever they use in it. It's gonna separate from this. They have different densities. Once they do that, they pull out the metal again. They reuse metal. Everything else goes crap. It's garbage. But they reuse the metal. I'm not saying they grab everything, but they
Well,
do grab what they
because
can.
they tried to bury all that stuff, just like the big ass
Yeah,
windmills.
in the beginning.
You
they
know
did.
those big ass windmills. You know what they do with
Oh, yeah,
those
they're
when they
garbage.
break.
But you can't fix them. They're done.
You know what they do with them when they break?
Yeah, they bury them.
They just bury them. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
kind of dumb.
I mean,
You
how
can't recycle them. You can't repower them. Once they're broke, they're broke.
how good is
same
this
thing
stuff
with batteries,
really
though.
for our environment?
You
when
can take
we're
out the
just
metals.
fucking it
Yeah,
up.
that was my whole point in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's still fucking up the
Yeah.
environment more, no matter what.
Your
I think they would
magnetic
stick the
theory, if
poles
everybody
and make
had
netting with them.
hoverboards, it would fuck with the balance of our Earth.
No,
Yes,
no,
See-
because the anti-gravity propulsion system that it used, it puts a force field around you while you're on the board, basically.
yeah.
He made it
So-
for a spaceship, and it puts the force field around the spaceship while it's in the spaceship from his theory. So,
I'm going to say one thing to each of you, right? One, the whole climate change bullshit. They've been saying that since the 60s and nothing's changed.
Yeah.
They've been threatening
no, that's not true. It's
What's
been getting a
changed?
little colder, but it's been getting a little colder.
That happens. It's called
Not-
cycles.
I don't
It's
know about
weather
that,
patterns that repeat years and years and years and years. It's like Halley's Comet. Halley's Comet comes by what, once every 100 years? It's a cycle.
I don't give a
It's
fuck
going
about
to
that.
happen.
Yeah. What about Antarctica melting?
It's a cycle.
No.
Antarctica used
So,
to have no
as much
ice.
as
I know.
Antarctica melts,
Yeah,
it grows
Antarctica
up
used
ice.
to be one of the
Millions
deep
of
greenest
years
continents ever
ago.
known.
Oh my god, you all
Yes.
can't talk at once.
Yes.
It's, that's right. Antarctica used to be nothing but straight greenery.
You look at original
Yeah,
maps, you see
before-
maps with elephants and giraffes and zebras on Antarctica.
And
At
you
some
also
point,
see
it
this
froze
big
over.
ass supercontinent that was here that's supposedly coming back now because that's gonna happen. Really?
I don't know what you talk. Are you talking
The
about
Pangea thing?
Pangea? Yeah, that's before all the
supposedly gonna be
continents
coming back.
split.
Hold on,
because
hold on.
how did they come back?
Apparently, that's what they're saying now, that it's gonna be back as Pangea in like 145 something years.
There's a theory that it's
It won't be in our life,
resurfacing
but
back
yeah, there's an
upwards,
yeah.
but that means
a
there's going to be a
volcano.
huge
No,
cataclysmic earthquake
volcano
within
made
the ocean
an
itself.
island come up.
Do you guys know what
volcano made an
Pangea
island.
is?
Yes, I do. It's all the continents put together as one fucking
So it
continent.
cannot ever happen again.
Yeah.
Apparently it
Not
can.
happening.
That's
No,
what
it
they're
can't.
theorizing. They are theorizing that it will happen again.
You
You know
can
how many-
theorize
How
whatever
much
you
we
want.
get destroyed in the
How
process
did
of
it split
that?
in the first place? How
Like
the fuck did it
continents
split?
would
What do you mean?
go
They
away.
explain that between the production of the Earth spin, between comet hitting it and all that stuff, between the seizures of the levels shifting, between the volcanoes.
That's
It's
medical.
active.
Anything-
Many
same
things
shit
happening.
that happened then that still
It's
happens
gonna bring
now.
it back together.
would
The
make it-
thing that destroyed
I
it
don't
would
fucking know.
make it one again.
Maybe
Yeah,
it would.
makes
How do you know?
Listen, that's
If
why it's a
all
theory.
continents were to rejoin
Again, I said they
then
were
we would be
theorizing it. I
very
don't know why you're yelling
fearful.
at me about it, motherfucker.
I just don't know why you bring up such a dumb theory.
We should be very
Because that's
fearful
what
that
they're
if that
saying.
was to ever
Like,
happen
but yeah,
again, that
John.
the Ring of Fire would go off, including fucking Yellowstone.
So I'm
Yeah,
not
that'd be
worried about
ultimate
that.
destruction
Yeah, that would
along
be
like
ultimate,
Mexico and
ultimate
US and all
world
that.
destruction if that
Yeah,
was
that's
to
fine.
happen.
Not world, but it'd affect most of it.
I
It
mean,
would,
that's
because
fine with me.
if
So
all the continents are slamming back into each other
No,
to
it's
become
not.
there's a
Yeah.
new continent that came out of the
Ring of
ocean
Fire?
because the volcanoes are
the
going
Ring of
on.
Fire on this side, including
That's awesome.
Yellowstone.
Nobody wants to
Yellowstone
listen.
would blanket the earth with fucking ash.
Oh, no.
No. Again, this is all theory.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You got to think that much
Well,
world
if
movement.
the
There's going to be
Ring of
multiple
Fire,
volcanoes going off all over the world. And
I
if we're
mean, there's
climbing back,
multiple volcanoes going off every day.
I understand.
I wouldn't say every day, but
Well, there.
Anyways,
Wow.
so you know what's funny about the whole Pangean thing? Not only is that not possible, but the fact that if it was happening, why the fuck would Africa be splitting in two?
Why the fuck
And
would the
dividing.
world be flat? I don't fucking know, but people believe
It was
that
not
shit too, dummy.
hey, it might be. It's a theory.
It might, yeah,
See?
it could
Look
be.
at that.
The sad part is nobody really actually knows.
I don't know.
However,
I mean, the curvature in
The-
the world
the
that you
whole-
see with your eyes.
this reuniting,
I'm pretty sure it's not
no.
black,
You
but
can't physically see
Yes,
the curve
can.
with your
Yes,
eyes.
can.
We've been over this.
This can. This can.
Oh my god.
You see everything upside down and backwards. Shut up.
I don't know what
Everybody
you're
does,
talking about.
technically. Everybody does.
Yeah, because
What are you talking about?
obstacles and all that. I don't know what that has to
Yeah.
do with the curvature of the earth.
You're not
Nothing.
going to see the curvature if your eyes curvature, dummy.
You just said you could see it.
Yeah, you can.
But you just said you can't see it.
You can. Look at your belly. You can
Will
see
you
it
make
all
up
day.
your mind?
Look at your belly. You can see
Exactly.
the curvature all day.
I can't see my dick past my belly. That's how I know there's a curve. The earth,
Yeah.
I still can't. I can still see as far as I can. I get the earth is a huge mass, but I
But
can't
you don't
see the
see the
curve
end
of it.
You can't
No,
see
you
the
don't
end
see
of
the
it,
end of
can
it.
you?
But you can't see the
Because
curve
it's not
either.
fucking straight. It's not flat.
Your eye vision still can only take so far.
Your
Right.
eye vision has been terrible since we were kids. You can't
It's
talk.
better than all of yours now.
I have 20/20 eye vision still.
That doesn't make you better.
What the? That's the best eye vision you could have, but that doesn't.
You see these glasses?
Yeah.
I can see into
Huh?
your soul.
What, robot eye? That doesn't count.
I got X-ray
What?
vision.
I can see
Listen.
the gay soul getting off right now.
When they gave me the eye surgery, I can now see into people's past lives. Okay. That's
Oh, yeah?
far I
What
can
was
see.
mine?
You were a bitch. Okay.
No, I wasn't. I know what you were.
A plant.
Brad? No.
That was a weed. And that's how they discovered marijuana.
Oh, Brad was gorilla.
How dare you? How's your
Brad
orangutan?
was a gorilla.
Oh, you're a gorilla.
No, I'm not that violent.
I might be a gorilla.
What's the second thing I was gonna say?
No, you were a Viking.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Got distracted.
You brought
We talked about cars.
Pangea bullshit.
We're on the subject of cars.
love that
no, we
movie.
were on the subject
Dude,
of
Last time you guys
the
watched that
law
movie.
that they are trying to pass on the taxes for the fucking electric cars. I want a demon. I would love one of those. I'd be racing it too much, though.
That's what Tia's saving up for, is the demon.
Yeah, I know. She doesn't need that.
Why do you need it?
I don't. That's why I know she doesn't.
She just wants that.
No, she
Yeah.
needs it.
No.
No. Yes, she
Yeah, that's
does.
No.
She needs it.
She doesn't
She would
need
drive
anything
fast.
like that.
She
None
needs
of
it.
us need it. None of us need that.
You know why she needs it?
So, what?
Because that instills a certain drive, a fire in her belly to go achieve the things she wants to do, so she can hold that throughout her entire life. So she needs that.
And so that she can make
Why
me
can't
feel
you-
like shit to make me want to buy one.
Exactly. Put a new fire in his ass.
Yeah.
So that he
No,
needs it.
daddy up.
Yeah. I told Tia, I was like, don't do that to me, sweetie. And she was like, why? What do you mean? I was like, don't buy
To
one of those
me.
cars.
I like he said to me.
Yeah, I was like, don't do that. And she was like, why? I was like, because you know I'm going to have to buy a better one. Like, I don't want you having a much cooler car than me. She was like, I'm gonna get one, Dad. And I was like, I know. And then when I get my Corvette, I don't want to hear shit.
And then she's gonna turn around and buy a Lambo. Listen
Lambo.
here.
Good
Tiger
motherfucker.
wants a Lambo.
You think this is competition? Let me show you what Daddy could do. Come on with a Maserati, the decked out one too.
Brad, you could go sell your car right now and go buy a Maserati.
I don't want to. The maintenance is crazy.
They're really not worth that much money anymore.
Really?
No, they're not. I went and I didn't go, but I was looking online and I was like, oh, that's a sick ass Maserati. Wait, $8,000. Only barely over 100,000 miles. I was like, okay, whatever. So then I found another Maserati and I was like, man, that one's painted dope. And it was like $7,000. I was like, what the fuck? The most expensive one I saw was like $15,000.
A Mazzy.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
The hell happened to Maserati?
Once I started seeing them all for sale for pretty cheap, I was like, I don't know if I really want one anymore.
They went from like being Target to like Kmart.
No, Target to Walmart.
Everybody has a Mazda. You ain't cool. Like it used to be.
It used to be the shit. Oh.
My arm is twitching like crazy.
Yeah, girl got a Mazzy like Roddy because ill. All right, John. You said general discussions. You got something else you want to talk about? Is that it?
Yeah, that's pretty much about it. I figured I'd keep it a nice short episode this time because the last couple of episodes have been like almost an hour long.
Yeah, they're episodes, not quickies.
Just because you don't want to talk to us anymore doesn't mean you gotta lie, John.
Good.
I
think I like Brad's answer pretty well. Boom Howard Down Under sounded a little too drunk with his explanation. So I think Steve's gonna host next round.
Oh, Steven, you lost?
What? How did I lose when I know the most about cars?
Because you're drugged out.
Doesn't mean shit. I still know more about the whole car situation. I know more than you know about it. What are you talking about?
I will say, Steven, I think it's bullshit because Chris didn't even talk about cars. He talked about hoverboards, but I'm not the host, so.
Hey, I don't think we need cars.
Well, I could barely even understand what Boomhauer was saying, so, I mean.
So then
hoverboard wins, bitch.
I heard him. He's like, man, we need a car. We need to get a hoverboard. We need to have put them down with a propulsion system and keep going with a beer and Bud Light in your head, right?
Hey, Brad, if you know about the fucking anti-propulsion system, what the fuck, man?
Listen, just because I have the knowledge about it doesn't mean I know how to do it.
Brad, have you seen those videos?
Okay, I know how to do it. I don't have the materials.
He opens his beer fridge and he grabs a Corona and he's like,
I have the board.
The music starts playing and then he grabs the Smirnoff and he's like, vanilla, ice.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what about if I grab this Bud Light way down here? Oh!
Yeah, I've seen those.
The hell?
Have you seen those?
No, that sounds funny as fuck.
You haven't seen it, John?
No.
I saw one. The dude opens the fridge, grabs a Modelo, starts playing some Daddy Yankee, right? He grabs God, what was the other one? A Seagrams. It was like island music or something like that.
Yeah.
Then he grabbed Bud Light and it's YMCA, and he's wearing like this very tight outfit with some wig on. He's like, "What the fuck just happened?" He put it back. He's like, "No more Bud Lights. No more Bud Lights.
No more Bud Light."
That's funny. Oh, I always want to see that now. That's funny.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you want to check us out, we drop a new episode every Wednesday, and every Friday we drop a new quickie. Come enjoy the Unlucky Bastards every week. YouTube, Podbean, Spotify, TikTok, Facebook. Thanks again.